Hey guys, it's Monique here. Welcome to tonight's episode of Beauty Club. I'm super excited about this because one of my absolute passions is makeup. So I started wearing makeup when I was 10 years of age, and I did that because I had I spent a lot of time doing theatre shows and doing school productions, and so my beautiful mum bought me my first makeup kit, and seriously, I've been obsessed ever since, to the point where I used to tell people when I was in my 20s that I love makeup so much, I'm going to marry it. And that love affair has continued. So over the years, I've actually been a makeup artist for theatre. I've done a lot of body art work as well. I have also, I'm just thinking of all the things I've done makeup for movies. I have done makeup for brides. I've done makeup for a lot of people when they're going to a ball or a special occasion. And even more recently, I decided to make things official and actually get my certification as a makeup artist as well. So while I don't go out and do a lot of makeup for anybody anymore, I thought I'd use my skills and my 25 years of knowledge and my love affair with makeup to share ideas on how you can look after your skin, how you can create the looks you want really easily. Because my whole shows are about making life easier, happier, healthier, more fun, and more fabulous, most importantly. So I thought tonight I'd share with you what's inside my makeup kit. So this is my beautiful makeup kit right here. And I'd share with you, particularly for a lot of you who might be in that 40+ age bracket, things that you can do, because I know, being 45 now, that my skin has changed a huge amount. So I had flawless skin when I was younger. Once I hit my 20s, that's where the signs of pigmentation really started to kick into play. And then now, of course, in my mid-40s, I'm getting oilier patches, which, you know, hormonal changes in the skin. Then a lot of us start getting creping around the eye. So it means that as you age, the way that you use your makeup and the makeup techniques you use have to actually change, not according to the fashion, but to what your skin and your age needs. So I thought that's what we'd talk about tonight. Oh gosh, there's so many of you on tonight's live stream. Hey, good to see you all. While I'm live, by the way, feel free to send in any questions, and if I can help, if you're stuck on something, I'm more than happy to talk you through how I might be able to help. I'm going to show you some of my absolute must-haves, and what I've already done is over on my website, moniquebradley.tv, I've written a great big long blog article which talks about the 2 looks I'm going to discuss with you guys tonight. A simple daytime look with just a few products, and then how to amp that up to a nighttime look. Again, this is perfect for you goddesses who might be sort of late 30s, in the 40s, 50s and over. So it really is a good, simple, mature look as well. So right on the front page, you'll see a gorgeous picture halfway down my website with a picture of a face drawn on it and a really simple, soft makeup look, which is the makeup look I'm wearing right now, just a really good neutral one. In that blog article, I've got all the details of particular products that I recommend as well. So if you're looking for new products, it's got some details in there with the links to those products as well, because I'm really supportive, particularly of New Zealand companies who are doing great things, and products that I'm selling in there, things that I use. There's my web details there. Now, if you're watching this on demand, you can go to my website anytime, and you can also send questions in through any of the Facebook pages that you might be watching this on, or through my website as well. Feel free to connect, and let's have a more fabulous life. So, in magic, this is my beautiful makeup kit. I love her. Her name is Ursula, and inside everything is compartmentized. So it's an aluminium case, which is really good. It's super easy to lift. It comes with a strap, which I think is really important. So if you're like me and you spend a lot of time on the road, you want something that's going to be portable. Now, this is the smallest of my makeup kits over the years. So I had one that was so big, it actually had wheels on it. And that was when I was really traveling on the road a lot for theatre. So I tried to, and it's a bit of a mess, but it is my working makeup case. I try to keep everything as compartmentized as possible. And the reason why I love having a makeup case, number one, is that it actually keeps my makeup tidy. I tend to have a very scattered mind and it means that products end up all over the house or in a million different handbags. So every so often I grab everything I can find and recompartmentalize it all. At that same time, it's a good idea if you do clean out your makeup case to clean your brushes as well. In fact, you should be washing your brushes. If you're only using them on yourself, you should be cleaning them at least once a week. If you're using other people, so maybe you've got some girlfriends over in between times when you're using your brushes, because you don't want to risk other people getting infections or, eye infections, things like that. You want to grab some isopropyl alcohol, which you can get from your pharmacy. You spray some onto a tissue and then you just want to clean that brush off. It will also sanitize the brush in between uses, but at least once a week you want to clean your brushes either with a brush cleaner or you can use baby shampoo. And when you wet them, when you're washing off that baby shampoo, don't hold your brushes that way. You hold your brush this way and allow the water to go through. If you hold your brush this way, the water seeps down into the bed of the brush and it actually ends up damaging all the glue that's holding all those fibers in there. So there you go. Oh, there's a few comments on here. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, it's lots of people popping in to say hi. Hi, Raja, how are you? I can see you on tonight's live stream. Anita Lambert, good to see you. Hi, Ramina, good to see you too. I'm going to talk about you soon. Oh, Charlene, good to see you. Oh, yay, I'm glad you like this, and thanks for tagging in a friend. And yeah, please feel free to tag in your friends, and I'm so excited about this. So yeah, cleaning your brushes is paramount. The reason too is that as we age, of course, we get flaky skin. Flaky skin is not good on the skin surface. It leads to all sorts of skin conditions. Flaky skin is also the dust in your house. So you want to get rid of that immediately. Look after your brushes. I'm not going to go into what all the brushes do tonight. I'm leaving that for a whole different show because that's a whole story in itself. But what I will talk you through tonight are all the absolute must-haves, particularly if you are over sort of 35. You're not really going out partying as much, but you want a really good daytime to nighttime look. So brushes are important. Up the top here, you'll see I've got a whole hodgepodge of different lipsticks. I have amassed a million colors over the years because often if I'm doing makeup for other people as well, I want to make sure that I've got the right color tone for them. If I put, say, a cool tone color on somebody who's warm toned, it will look really odd, or in fact, the color might dominate their face. And if I'm trying to do a smoky eye, it's just not going to work. Now, if you don't know how to choose the right colors for yourself, by the way, the best rule of thumb is to look at the veins in your arm. And you'll notice that if your veins in your arm show up green, it's because you've got very yellow, warm-toned base to your skin. So my veins are quite green, not that you can necessarily see them that much on camera there. So I'm very warm-toned. So if you are working on somebody or you're looking at your own skin tone and you notice that your veins are showing very blue, you're very cool-toned. So you want to keep your palettes really, really similar. As an example, being warm toned, when I could put a cool tone mauve around my eyes. Now mauve is great on hazel eyes like mine because it draws out all the beautiful green colors in my eyes. If I put a cool tone on there, I look really tired. So it's really important to know if you're doing makeup on somebody or on yourself to know whether you're warm toned or cool toned. And if you think of those beautiful colors, say of autumn, so you've got lots of golds and coppers and things like that, they're great on warm toned people. They're really complimentary. They'll make you look warm and fabulous. And cooler tones, we're thinking of the clear classic colors. We're thinking of, red, beautiful red lipstick on a cool toned face is really, really powerful and really stunning. Okay, so up the top, I put all my lipsticks. I have a lot of lip paints. Now, particularly when you are over the age of 40, you probably notice that with lipsticks, particularly if they're really glossy, they tend to bleed or you get that little sort of feathery line around your lips. So something like a matte lip paint is going to be your best friend. This is actually part of my range that I have on my website. These are fantastic. The color pigments stay and they last for hours, and having tested it, they don't kiss off either. Just putting it out there. So this is one of my really popular ones. This is a number 4. Really beautiful color pigment. The range that I have comes in, there's 12 different colors and they're all different tones, warm tone, cool tone, and they last for ages. If you don't like the feel of matte lipstick, as an example, you can put on a matte as a base and then you pop a little bit of gloss just in the middle so your lips don't dry out too much. And particularly in that changeover from winter to spring, which is what we're going through now, a lot of people have been talking to me about the fact that their lips are really chapped. So here's a tip from me. One of my time-saving tips is that I went to my friend Romina from Argentina. Shout out to you. She's a beauty therapist and professional makeup artist, and she believes in the power of permanent makeup. So I actually had, I'll show you this. This is actually called Tattoo Guard, and this is a product I got from her. Now you can see it's well loved. It comes from my bathroom. It's actually used when you have micropigmentation on your face. So I've had my eyebrows tattooed to save myself time. And also one of the things that happens when we get a little bit older is that we either gain a lot of hair or we lose a lot of hair. So particularly ladies, if you've been plucking your eyebrows since you were really young, you may have noticed, or if you have thyroid problems or metabolic issues, you may notice that the outer corners of your eyebrows have disappeared. That happened to me several years ago, so I've been really struggling with it and have had to paint on new eyebrows all the time. And you know, it's easier to actually paint eyebrows on other people than it is to do it on yourself. So my eyebrows have been every shape you can imagine. So I actually went to get mine tattooed, thanks to Romina from Argentina. And this product here, which is the Tattoo Guard, which is what you actually put over top of your tattoo once you've had it done, is amazing because it's basically a healing balm. Oh, hello. You can see my eyebrows. Beautiful, thank you. Shout out to Romina. I didn't realize you were going in for such a close-up, Pete. Thank you. That was a surprise. So this Tattoo Guard is loaded with beeswax, and beeswax is a beautiful antiseptic, antifungal, and antibacterial. So for those of you who might have had, say, some excessive dry skin, or you get that chapped lipped thing kind of going on, something like a good beeswax product like this is really good for not only healing, but it feels like a lip gloss at the same time. So you're actually solving two problems at the same time, and I think, you know, I'm all about saving time. Excellent. If you want to find out more about that, by the way, send me a message and I'll hook you up with, I want to say with Romina's dealer, but that sounds so wrong. But you guys know what I mean. Okay, so one of the other things that I've learned as we get older is the quality of our skin changes. Oh, by the way, the article about tonight's session is on my website, moniquebradley.tv, so it's right on the front page there for you. And I'm going to talk you through very shortly a daytime and a nighttime look. Really, really simple. And I've got screens to show you as well with the product recommendations. So one of the things you might notice as you get a little bit older is the quality of your skin changes. So you may notice that you may have always had really dry skin, but all of a sudden you've got these big open pores and your skin's got really oily. And often that can happen through hormonal changes. Or ladies, you might have experienced a lot of pigmentation, or maybe you're getting creping around the eyes. And in particular, a lot of women start to notice that they get really droopy in the eyelids and a lot of creping. Now that creping can come for a couple of reasons. Yes, it could be the signs of aging, but it can also come from dehydration. And interestingly enough, you guys have heard me talk about the wonderful products from Kathy Organics. They have really fantastic problems for skin that's wrinkling, for hydration, and they have a beautiful aloe cocoa eye cream, which you can pat on to hydrate that skin around the eye. So a good long-term use of an eye cream will actually appear like you're reversing the signs of aging, but what you're doing is you're filling the skin with moisture so it appears more plump and youthful. Oh, not sure what happened there. That was a little bit fun. So in my kit, one of the things as well that I always carry, there's some of their products right there, and you can head to their website, kathyorganics.com. I just saw somebody sent me a message. Please click on my picture. I'll do it after the show. How does that sound? One of the products that's actually in my makeup kit is the Kathy Organics. This is the Rosehip Oil Brightening Plus. This is for those goddesses who want something that's anti-aging, but at the same time, they want some hydration. So this is a beautiful infused rosehip oil. The reason why is that a lot of us who may have been wearing foundation, as an example, it can look really caked on. So one of the key tips that you can use when you're going to add a foundation is that you take your foundation brush, and when you go to add in a squeeze of your foundation, you also add in a squeeze, just like that, of rosehip oil. So bear with. I'll just grab out my foundation that I have in here, one of the foundations I have. I'm going to squeeze out. It's particularly good with a liquid foundation. Oh, there we go, a little bit. So what happens is as you mix that through on your hand, I'll just use this side here, the rosehip oil works with your foundation. So what it does is it gives you a beautiful even coverage, but at the same time, it's hydrating your skin and it will actually give you a beautiful glowy look. Now that's the look that younger people naturally have in their skin, which is something that we tend to lose as we get older. We tend to go for something a little bit more matte, which is absolutely fine, but a lot of matte makeup can actually make us look quite liney. It can show up all those lines. So one piece of advice I would suggest for you, if you are still wanting to wear a foundation, is add that drop of rosehip oil. Pop your foundation onto your brush, add a drop of rosehip oil, and then pop it onto your face and make circular motions, because I think it produces a better result. I always prefer to use a brush on older skin than a sponge. I don't like using a sponge or a beauty blender, particularly around my eyes, because I always end up with lines of makeup. It all kind of cakes into my lines around my eyes. So I tend to dab things in, or stipple it in, they call it, or make circular motions around my cheek, but that's mostly because I think it feels nice. So there you go, that's a little tip from me. Okay, a really big tip when it comes to creating a really nice, daytime look. So I have on here no foundation at all today. So my daytime makeup consists of some really basic products, and I'm going to show you a screen right now. Here we go. Pete's just going to bring up the screen for me. Thank you, Pete. Pete's my producer and director. So this is my simple daytime look. One thing I would always recommend that you do is always frame your face with your eyebrows. So a brow pencil has to be part of your kit. I highly recommend it. It's different from an eyeliner. It has a different consistency to an eyeliner. An eyeliner is always a lot softer because it goes around that gentle skin around your eyes. If you don't have a brow pencil, you can use a dark powder and a chisel-edged brush to fill in those gaps with your eyebrows. But my suggestion is to go and find somebody who is an expert in permanent makeup, because they are experts in creating the right shape for your face. What I would also suggest is read the Google reviews, read the Facebook testimonials, have a look at their work and do your research, because not everybody has the style that you might like. So some people like really hard-edged looking, square-looking eyebrows. Some people, like me, prefer something a little softer but with a bit of color. So you have to find the right eyebrow artist that will work for the look that you're after. They should know how to be able to create the right shape for your particular face shape as well. So make sure you look at examples of their work first. The best thing is you will save a heap of time getting ready every day. So once you have your eyebrows on and some eyelashes, look, seriously, a little bit of lip gloss and you're out the door. Anyway, let me show you a couple more things on my simple daytime look. One thing I would suggest or highly recommend that you invest in is a really good pigment powder. You want something that's natural with a lot of minerals in there. If you have a good pigment powder, it will, and you blend it into your skin in a circular motion, it will even out all the different colors in your skin tone. It will also help cover up those under eye bags, and you won't feel like you're wearing a heavy foundation. So it will allow your skin to breathe. And particularly as we get older, that's really important. I always recommend a bronzer, and I'm going to show you my favorite one. And in this daytime look, I've actually used the bronzer for my cheeks and my eyes, which is really, really fabulous. If you want a played down daytime look, you can go for a brown eyeliner, colors, brown mascara, which is what I've actually got. I've got black mascara, but a brown eyeliner on today. So it's a little bit softer. And one other thing I would highly recommend is eyelash extensions. It will save you a lot of time. There is nothing better than waking up and your eyebrows and your eyelashes are already done. The other thing for daytime look is you want to look at, as I suggested, maybe looking at a matte lip paint. My favorite and most popular color in my range on my website, moniquebradley.tv, is the number 11. It's a neutral rosy color. Some people have called it nipple color. Seriously, I didn't need to know that about them, but it is a really good natural one that warm tone and cool tone people both suit. So my partner's daughter, she's 13 and she's cool toned and she can wear the same lip color as me. Or you could opt for a gloss. It's entirely up to you and what you feel more comfortable with. Additional things, if you are really concerned about dark under eye circles, go for a concealer. And if you really are considering you want a bit more coverage, opt for a foundation, but choose one that suits you. So foundations come in a whole bunch of different varieties, from a liquid to a cream to a pancake, which is what I started out using in theatre. So if you ever knew the Shiseido pancakes, that was kind of my go-to. They come in a bunch of varieties. Some are more suited for oily skin, some are more suited for dry skin. It's always best that when you're looking at a foundation that you speak to a beauty expert who's selling them. So if you go to a makeup party, and shout out to all my beautiful friends who are either Unique or Nutrimedic resellers. I love you guys. You work so hard and awesome. You're awesome at what you do. So either talk to your consultant or go into a chemist or a beauty store and really talk to those consultants about what type of foundation is going to be best for you, because not everything works for everyone. That's really important to know as well. So when it comes to bronzers, not all bronzers are created the same as well. The one that I use all the time, and I do use it for on my cheeks as a blusher. I use it to to chisel out my cheeks a little bit. And because I still have leftover skin from my 40 kilos of weight loss, I still have a bit of a double chin. So I actually use it to shade in under my face to help hide my double chin. You can also use, if you've got a face shape like mine and you've got a bit of I call it a 5 head, like a really big forehead, but I can put 5 fingers on it. You can use it to actually shade around the edges of your hairline so it doesn't look quite imposing, because I want people to look here, not to be dominated by this area up here. This is the bronzer from Radi Essence. It lasts for ages. Like literally, I got this last year. I'm just going to show you. I use it all the time and there's still masses left. So this is a pressed powder. It is really, really light, which is really nice. And the best way to work with a bronzer is just to keep building the color and keep building the color until you get it to the right level that you're looking for. What you can also do with products like this, particularly powder products, is that you can add a little bit of water and you can pop it on your lips and pop a little gloss over top. So it's a really handy product to have. Even if you're feeling just a little bit peaky and you can't be bothered doing anything else, even if you just put on a little bit of bronzer, you've already got your eyelashes done, you've already got your eyebrows done, just pop a bit of bronzer on and you'll be fine and walk out the door. Big glasses, amazing. Excellent. Okay, so that's one of the products I wanted to talk to you guys about. When it comes to the transition into daytime, into nighttime, there's a few things you need to do to amp up your makeup kit, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys with thinking, oh, I have to go out and buy everything. My job is to try and educate you on how to keep it as simple as possible. So I'm going to show you through how I take that same look and turn it into a nighttime look. So you'll notice there, brow pencil, powder or permanent makeup, exactly the same. You're already prepared. Pigment powder is always my friend. However, I would also, underneath that pigment powder, I would add a little foundation just to give me a little bit of a thicker coverage. Now remember too, you are going to probably be photographed if you're out taking selfies with your friends or if you're going to a ball or something like that. One of the things I would recommend you do is to consider, particularly at nighttime, not to wear a product that has an SPF in it at nighttime. And the reason why is that if you're having any photos taken with a flash, it will actually make you look white and washed out. So SPFs are really good for daytime, and then you don't need them for the nighttime. That's specifically if you're indoors and having your photograph taken. Bronzer always for cheeks. Bronzer or a good blusher. When it comes to your eyes, you want a darker, more intense eye color. I'm not going to show you guys how to do a smoky eye tonight because that's a whole nother episode. I always opt for black eyeliner in the evening. And in this image, you can see the lash line has been lined. There's also a darker powder around the outside, and the waterline, which is that part that's closest to your eyeball, is also lined. That is my absolute favorite look for evening, particularly if you are going to be photographed or take your own selfies. Mascara, always yes, and it's always black for evening. Now, one thing I haven't touched on is eyelash extensions, but yes, 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 if you want to save time. Matte lip paint is always good again because it lasts for such a long time, but I do always add a touch of gloss in the evening. It just looks great on camera. Concealer, always, particularly under eye bags. And one of the things that I really love and I use all the time is actually what we call a contouring palette or a camouflage palette. Yeah, as I mentioned, always foundation. And the additional things, ladies, that you can add are strip lashes if you don't have lash extensions, because it looks fantastic. And you can add a little glimmer, a glitter or shimmer. But I'm going to talk you through that. So firstly, eyelash extensions. I have had them for the last 2 years. One of the best things I ever do, it's like therapy. So I go to see lovely Paula from Evelyn Rose Lashes. I lie down on the table for an hour and try to keep still while she puts my extensions on. I do it because it forces me to lie down, but at the same time, it actually saves me time getting ready. So there are days where I'll walk out the door and actually the only thing I've put on my face is a little bit of pigment powder to even up my skin tone. Good moisturizers, of course. I always use the Kathy Organics Marula moisturizer, which I'll show you as well, because it makes a wonderful base underneath your foundation. Actually, do I have it in my case? No, I think it's upstairs in the bathroom. That's how much I love it. Oh, it's over on the bench. Hang on, I'll just grab it for you guys. So this is a really good product. It makes a wonderful base. Even my partner Pete uses it and his skin looks amazing. So this is Marula, so really good for anti-aging as well. What I love about this product is, and you can see, it's well loved, it's come out of my bathroom. This product gives you a beautiful matte base underneath your makeup. So you won't end up, particularly ladies, if you're going through those hormonal changes and you're having those power surges, you won't end up looking like a greasy oil slick winning at life. So yeah, one of my absolute favorite products there. Contouring. You've probably seen the Kardashians talking about it, right? It's a bit of an art. And I'm going to do a whole session on contouring and highlighting, but this is actually my palette that I have. And you can actually get these off my website, moniquebradley.tv. I love it. It is so much fun. You can do so much cool stuff with it. So, you know, all your darker colors, oh, this end, are perfect for all of your contouring there, and then you've got a little bit of shimmer on the end for some highlighting. Got a green in here and a pink. That's when you're having issues. Green in particular is good for those of you who go a little bit red, or you might still have some spots or some acne. The green counteracts the red in the color scheme, the color scale. So really good for taking that redness down. Good for those of you who might get a little red when you're having a glass of vino. Really important product to have there. Wouldn't be without it. What I love too is that when I'm using this on other people, it's very creamy, it's very light. I've got all the different color shades in here according to the different color tones or the color needs. If you're wanting to do something like color or cover under somebody's eyes, as an example, you actually want to go, or cover some pigmentation, you actually want to go with something that's really orange based and really cover that up, and then you put some foundation over top. Why I love this too is it's so light and creamy that I can actually put a whole face of contouring on if I want to look flash, and then I don't even need foundation over the top. I blend it all through, either using a beauty blender, like one of those spongy beauty blenders, or I can just blend it all together using a brush or whatever I like, and then just pop some powder over the top, and the contouring will do all of its magic. So yeah, really cool. You want to opt for a kit which is really creamy because it will blend beautifully into your skin, and you want a seamless, you don't want to end up looking like some odd painting on the wall. You want to have everything seamless and all blended together. So there you go. Now, by the way, if you've got any questions, send them on through. I'm happy to answer them. If you've just joined the stream, hi, I'm Monique. I have had a love affair with makeup for the last 35 years. So I started wearing, it tells my age, doesn't it? Started wearing makeup every day from the age of 10, and started working professionally in theatre in my early 20s, and that's where I really learnt about theatre makeup, about the art of disguise and how to transform yourself. And what I wanted to share with everybody was the fact that makeup doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to have a huge kit like this. With just a couple of really good products, you can do your own magic every day and master that art of disguise. So yeah, you don't have to be obsessive like me. It's about knowing which are the right products. Now, I've written a blog about tonight's content as well, with some key links to the products that I've talked about. If you go to my website, moniquebradley.tv, the blog's right there on the front page. So scroll halfway down my website, you'll see the blog. It's got a beautiful picture of a face made up with my daytime, a really simple daytime look. And you can read all about it and my thoughts on how to look after your skin as you get a little older. Now, finally, when it comes to glitters or shimmers, I love them. I love glitter. I was a children's entertainer for a million years, so glitter was a huge part of my life. However, when it comes to glitter and shimmers, particularly as the skin around our eye ages, we end up with a lot of creasing and a lot of wrinkling and a lot of creping. And that doesn't look really, really attractive on our eyes. It can in fact make us look older. So my little tip for you is that if you still want a little bit of shimmer, what I highly recommend is make everything else on your eyelid as matte as possible and put the shimmer as close to your lash line as possible. So you may want to take that shimmer right up to the crease in your eye. It's up to you, but you need to play with it. Now, if you're trying to pat on a shimmer and it's not coming out very thick, what I would recommend before you even do it is to actually take something like a concealer. A lighter concealer is really good. And that one's, there's a little bit of concealer everywhere. And then you want to get one of your makeup brushes, particularly one that is a little thinner. I'll grab one of my favorite brushes here. I have a million brushes, by the way. I'm totally obsessed with them. I think they're truly amazing. Where is it? Can't find it. You want to find a thinner brush which is suitable. I'll use this, this is a brush for concealer actually. So you want to basically paint over the lower part of your lid up to your lash line, right? So if that was my lash line there, and up to that crease. And obviously I've put a little bit too much on there, but you get the idea. And what that will do is that will actually create a blank canvas for you to put your shimmer on, and it means the shimmer, once it's dry, is more likely to stick. So really handy tip, it works extremely well, and if you want your shimmer or a potent color to look darker, once you've done this, if it's still not sticking, you take something, a brush, something that you can use really competently and that you can put a drop of water on. Add a little bit of water to your powder and mix it all through, and it'll come out like a paste, and that will make that color more intense. But go easy because you can end up with creasing. And my suggestion to you is try it before you need to use it for an event or a special occasion. Play around with your makeup. In fact, that's the biggest tip I can give you guys today. Look after your skin and play around with your makeup. Some of the best things I could ever share with you. Okay, so brief recap. Here's my daytime look for you guys to look at, so you get an idea of some of the products I would recommend if you want a simple and easy daytime look. We're going to take a look at that. There it is. Look after your brows. Get a really good pigment powder. Make sure you've got a good bronzer because it doubles for cheeks and for eyes. Invest in a nice mascara, or consider doing some eyelash extensions. Brown eyeliner is beautiful for most eye types for the daytime because it's quite subtle. And think about a matte lip paint or a gloss for day. Just go really neutral. If you want, go for concealer and foundation. And then I'm going to show you through how to take that to a nighttime look. Super easy. You just want to amp up the intensity. So I would recommend adding a foundation or consider using something like my camouflage palette. I want you to add a little bit of black eyeliner and some black mascara. You may want to add a little bit of extra glitter or shimmer, but play around with it before your big event. I don't want you looking and feeling less than fabulous. Finally, products I highly recommend. Marula Rich Moisturizer from Kathy Organics, absolutely love it. And again, I've written about these products in my latest blog, so after the live stream you can go to my blog on my website and check it out for yourself. When it comes to bronzer, I recommend the Radiessence one, and I use it all the time. It lasts for ages, it delivers great results, so that's a winner for me. Now in their range they also have a beautiful cream foundation, perfect for older skins. It only comes in four color tones, so you can't get confused and you can't get it wrong. If you get one and it's slightly too light, you add a little bit of the bronzer to make it the perfect shade for you. I love that. Other things you should know about, in my kit I always have the Rosehip Oil Brightening Plus, again perfect for a night cream, but really good if you want to add that to your foundation for that gorgeous glowy look. There you go, beautiful. And of course from my own website, I highly recommend grabbing yourself, if you really want to look fabulous and you want to play around with your makeup a little bit more and create those beautiful looks like you see the Kardashians do. It's actually a lot easier than you think. You just need to get on and play. So this is my camouflage kit from my website. So I highly recommend you go and have a look at that. And finally, of course, my absolute must-have, a beautiful makeup case to house all of your lovely things. And you can get that from my website, moniquebradley.tv. you too could have a beautiful Ursula case like I do. By the way, these come in black or in pink, so if you want to find out more, head to my website, moniquebradley.tv. So there you go, guys. Nice to see so many of you on all the streams tonight. It's been a pleasure as always, and if I can help, if you've got any questions about your makeup, I'm going to be releasing a whole bunch of tutorials like how particularly when you're older, to achieve that gorgeous smoky eye really easily. I'm going to do a whole video just on contouring, so if you really want to get those beautiful chiseled cheeks, I'm going to show you how to do that. Very shortly, I'm going to release a video on 5-minute makeup. So if you want to save yourself time in the morning, you'll see how I do it in just 5 minutes. And so much more. I'm so excited. Anyway, team, I've got to go. Final offer from my friends at Kathy Organics. I mentioned earlier about their beautiful eye cream. Now, currently, for this month, this is their monthly special. When you order anything over the value of $70 on their website, so you could buy a couple of products for that. That's how price effective they are. You'll get one of those Aloe Cocoa eye creams with $40. It's a full-size product, by the way. Nationwide, they also give you free shipping, New Zealand wide as well, and they usually add in a little sample product from part of their range for you to try. I highly recommend this, particularly if you're seeing creping around the eyes, or you're getting those eye bags, or you've got that sunken darker skin under the eyes. It's got aloe in there for cooling the skin, and it's got cocoa in there for stimulating and invigorating the area around the eye without irritation. So a fabulous product. So there you go, guys. Those are my top beauty picks. Go to my website, moniquebradley.tv, read the blog, and then you'll find out all the details with all the links to the exact products that I've talked about tonight. So there you go. I look forward to seeing you guys again. A big thanks to Pete Ward, who is my producer and director. I also want to do a big shout out to the wonderful people from Kathy Organics who make amazing products, and also to the people at Radi Essence, because I'm a huge fan of their products as well. And thank you guys for being part of my live stream tonight. All right, time to go. Ka kite anō, e no hora, and stay beautiful. Bye, guys.